वाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधी किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम्। श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते। दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते। यः सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम् नाभिनन्दन्ति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता। यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता। विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते। यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः। तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता। ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति। रागद्वेषवियुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति। प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते। प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते। नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्। इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिभाम्भसि। तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता। या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी। यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः। आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे। स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी। विहाय कामान्यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः। निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति। ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति। ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे साङ्ख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगः। अर्जुन उवाच ज्यायसि चेत् कर्मणस्ते मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन तत्किं कर्मणि घोरे मां नियोजयसि केशव। व्यामिश्रेणेव वाक्येन बुद्धिं मोहयसीव मे तदेकं वद निश्चित्य येन श्रेयोऽहमाप्नुयाम्। श्रीभगवानुवाच लोकेऽस्मिन् द्विविधा निष्ठा पुरा प्रोक्ता मया नघ। ज्ञानयोगेन साङ्ख्यानां कर्मयोगेन योगिनाम्। न कर्मणामनारम्भात् नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोऽश्नुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति। न हि कश्चित् क्षणमपि जातु तिष्ठत्यकर्मकृत् कार्यते ह्यवशः कर्म सर्वः प्रकृतिजैर्गुणैः। कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम्य य आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इन्द्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा मिथ्याचारः स उच्यते। यस्त्विन्द्रियाणि मनसा नियम्यारभतेऽर्जुन कर्मेन्द्रियैः कर्मयोगम् असक्तः स विशिष्यते। नियतं कुरु कर्म त्वं कर्म ज्यायो ह्यकर्मणः शरीरयात्रापि च ते न प्रसिद्ध्येद कर्मणः। यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः। तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर। सह यज्ञाः प्रजा सृष्ट्वा पुरोवाच प्रजापतिः अनेन प्रसविष्यध्वम् एषवोऽस्त्विष्टकामधुक्। देवान् भावयतानेन ते देवा भावयन्तु वः। परस्परं भावयन्तः श्रेयः परमवाप्स्यथ। इष्टान् भोगान् हि वो देवाः दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः। तैर्दत्तानप्रदायैभ्यो यो भुङ्क्तेस्तेन एव सः। यज्ञशिष्टाशिनः सन्तो मुच्यन्ते सर्वकिल्बिषैः। भुञ्जते ते त्वघं पापाः ये पचन्त्यात्मकारणात्। अन्नाद् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्नसम्भवः। यज्ञाद् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञः कर्म समुद्भवः। कर्म ब्रह्मोद्भवं विद्धि ब्रह्माक्षरसमुद्भवम्। तस्मात् सर्वगतं ब्रह्म नित्यं यज्ञे प्रतिष्ठितम्। एवं प्रवर्तितं चक्रम् नानुवर्तयति हयः। अघायुरिन्द्रिया रामो मोघं पार्थ स जीवति यस्त्वात्मरतिरेव स्यात् आत्मतृप्तश्च मानवः आत्मन्येव च सन्तुष्टः तस्य कार्यं न विद्यते नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थो नाकृतेनेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थव्यपाश्रयः तस्मादसक्तः सततं कार्यं कर्म समाचर असक्तो ह्याचरन् कर्म परमाप्नोति पूरुषः कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिम् आस्थिता जनकादयः लोकसङ्ग्रहमेवापि सम्पश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तदेवेतरो जनः स यत्प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तदनुवर्तते न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम् त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यम् वर्तते च कर्मणि यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयम् जातु तन्त्रितः मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहम् शङ्करस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामि माः प्रजाः सक्ताः कर्मण्य विद्वांसो यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद्विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम् न बुद्धिभेदं जनयेद् अज्ञानां कर्मसङ्गिनां जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान् युक्तः समाचरन् प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहङ्कार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्म विभागयोः गुणागुणेषु वर्तन्ते इति मत्वा न सज्जते प्रकृतेर्गुणसम्मूढाः सज्जन्ते गुणकर्मसु तान् कृत्स्नविदो मन्दान् कृत्स्नविन्न विचालयेत् मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्याध्यात्मचेतसा निराशीर्निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः ये मे मतमिदं नित्यम् अनुतिष्ठन्ति मानवाः श्रद्धावन्तो न सूयन्तो मुच्यन्ते तेऽपि कर्मभिः ये त्वेतदभ्यसूयन्तो नानुतिष्ठन्ति मे मतम् सर्वज्ञानविमूढांसान् विद्धि नष्टान चेतसः सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः प्रकृतेर्ज्ञानवानपि प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि निग्रहः किं करिष्यति इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोर्न वशमागच्छेत् तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्थिनौ श्रेयान् स्वधर्मो विगुणः परधर्मात् स्वनुष्ठितात् स्वधर्मे निधनं श्रेयः परधर्मो भयावहः अर्जुन उवाच अथ केन प्रयुक्तोऽयम् पापं चरति पूरुषः अनिच्छन्नपि वार्ष्णेय बलादिव नियोजितः। श्रीभगवानुवाच काम एष क्रोध एषः रजोगुणसमुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्येनमिह वैरिणम् धूमेनाव्रियते वह्निः यथादर्शो मलेन च यथोल्बेनावृतो गर्भः तथा तेनेदमावृतम् आवृतं ज्ञानमेतेन ज्ञानिनो नित्यवैरिणा कामरूपेण कौन्तेय दुष्पूरेणानलेन च इन्द्रियाणि मनो बुद्धिः अस्याधिष्ठानमुच्यते एतैर्विमोहयत्येषः ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनम् तस्मात् त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रजहिह्येनम् ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम् इन्द्रियाणि पराण्याहुः इन्द्रियेभ्यः परं मनः मनसस्तु परा बुद्धिः यो बुद्धेः परतस्तु सः एवं बुद्धेः परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना जहि शत्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासदम्। ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे कर्मयोगो नाम तृतीयोऽध्यायः।
ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಬರದ ಪಾರಾಯಣಂ ಇಲ್ಲಿಯಾ ಏನ್ ಓಂ ನಮಃ ಪರಮರ್ಷಿಭ್ಯೋ नमः परमर्षिभ्यः हरिः ओम्। उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यजुषा स्वमूर्त्याम् जागर्तु चित्ते मम बोधरूपम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यमाद्यं वटमूलभागे मौनेन मन्दस्मितभूषितेन महर्षिलोकस्य तमोनुदन्तम् विद्राविताशेषतमो गणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनां निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महान् तत्त्वमसीति बोधम् ममाद्यदेवो वटमूलवासी कृपाविशेषात् कृतसन्निधानः ओंकाररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु यस्यान्तन्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणम् नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो न नपुंसं न च स्त्री नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहज समरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुत्यर्थगोचरं वन्दे वाच्यार्थानामगोचरम् लक्ष्यार्थवपुषं वन्दे शङ्करं देशिकं गुरुम् अपार सच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं गुहाहितं तं रमणं गभीरं चिन्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकम् अहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनाम् सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. So now we are in the Jnana-karma-sannyasa yoga. The Chaturtha Adhyaya, fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The 23rd verse is over. गतसङ्गस्य मुक्तस्य ज्ञानावस्थितचेतसः यज्ञाय आचरतः कर्म समग्रं प्रविलीयते. This was the verse that we saw. I think last time we saw this verse. Leah? Pakalaya? Okay. So, yadrichalabhasantushtaha dvandvadito vimatsaraha samasiddhavasiddhau cha kritvapina nibadhyate. This was the verse that we saw. There is a question about this verse that we will see later on. Yadrichalabha santushto dvandvadito vimatsaraha. The essence, the cream is kritvapi na nibadhyate. The subject here is action. Even while doing, the person will not get bound. Kritvapi na nibadhyate. So this is what we want. Because bandha is what we call bondage is samsara. Samsara means what? Suffering, misery. So the whole teaching, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, is to remove suffering, not to remove life. It is to remove suffering, dukkha. And how suffering will be removed? Jnate tatve kaha samsaraha. Shankaracharya asks, when you know the truth, when you have right knowledge, there is no samsara. Jnate tatve. Tattva means simply reality, truth, what it is. Samyak darshana. Samyak jnanam. When you truly know what this life is, there is no samsara. You do not know what it is, hence you suffer. This is the finding out of Vedanta. You do not know tattva, so you have samsara. If you know tattva, no samsara. This very life becomes Vishwam Vishnu. This Vishwam is Vishnu. Vishwam means what? World, universe. No, it is our life. Because if you say it is universe, you can never find what it is. It is infinite. Some unknown planet, I consider it is Vishnu. No use. I have to consider those who are near me as Vishnu. Those who give me pain as Vishnu. Those who give me pleasure as Vishnu. Those who are around me, related to me as Vishnu. Jale Vishnu, Stale Vishnu, Vishnu Rakashamuchyate, Stavaram Jangamam Vishnu, Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. In water is Vishnu, in land is Vishnu, everything is Vishnu. There is one shloka in Bhaja Govindam. Tvayi mayi sarvatra eko Vishnu, vyartham kupyasi mayi asahishnu. Apro? Sarvasmin api pashyatmanam sarvatrotsrija bheda jnanam. This shloka is chanted by one shishya. First 16 shlokas are by Shankaracharya. Next 16 shlokas are by various disciples. That is one sampradaya. So there, perhaps one disciple and another disciple had a fight. It is bound to happen. Don't think ashrama will not have fight. Ashrama also will have fight. But they have this jnana, so very quickly they can stand on their feet. The feet is jnanam. Feet is not this charanam pavitram vitatam puranayena putastarati dushkritani. With that feet, you have to cross dushkrita, papa. So the real charanam, the real feet on which you have to stand in spiritual life is jnanam. So one disciple became angry to another disciple. And that disciple is telling, Tvayi mayi sarvatra eko Vishnu. Have you not heard from our Acharya that in you and in me and in everyone there is one Vishnu, one Bhagavan. Vyartham kupyasi. Vyartham means useless. Without any meaning, without any cause, you are getting angry to me. You are not able to accommodate me. I am yourself. Sarvatra utsrija bheda jnanam. Sarvatra pashya sarvasmin api pashya atmanam. In everyone see the same atma, the same self. Atma means Vishnu. Sarvasmin api pashya atmanam and utsrija tyaja bheda jnanam. This bheda buddhi, give up bheda buddhi. Vedantam kuru. Vedanta is Vedanta. When all Veda comes to an end, you find Vedanta. Vedanta, Vedanta. So, sarvatra pashya atmanam. Ella adathaliyu atmaswarupathai paru. Yedume atmaswarupama paru. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva abhut vijanataha. By true vijnana, by true knowledge, see the same self. So no attachment, no aversion, pure love will come. Pure love will come. This is the only parihara for these problems in life. The question is whether we are able to practice it. To the level we are able to practice it, to that level we will have peace, we will have joy, we will have fulfillment. That is the secret. Somehow, by rolling, you will gain that softness. The knowledge becomes mature, pakwa. The knowledge becomes alive in you. Viryavattaram bhavati. Everyone will have weaknesses. So, in the very beginning, you will not attain that jnanam. Jnanam is the truth. Now, you have to live up to it. So that tattva jnanam, when you have it, this samsara, that is our life. Samsara means constantly changing life. You cannot have a ready-made knowledge and live this life. One moral science book you study in school, all your life you have. No. Every moment you cannot expect that things will happen only like this. There are many forces in nature which are challenging. Recently one person known to us, all his life he was expecting to live a very peaceful retired life. Very joyful, very good couple. So after working for so many years, suddenly by retirement they had a good house, good garden, everything. And they were expecting to lead a life reading Bhagavatam. By the time retirement happened, after a few days, wife passed away. Very noble lady. And the person was so ripe, so mature, he said, see, we are not aware of this yadricha niyama in nature. We do not know what will happen tomorrow. We do not know what will happen next moment. We have all ready-made arrangements about life. I will live like this, I will live like that. Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hivintate. The Upanishad says moment by moment, become aware, become wakeful, become alert. And your sacred life is not in future, neither in future nor in past. It is now, here. For iha ched avedit ata satyamasti. Every moment. That is why in bhakti, we recommend nama japa. Because it's very simple. No beginning, no end. It is not like Vishnu Sahasranamam. You should start at one moment and finish it by 30 minutes. No. It can be unending. It can end every moment. It can be constant. It can end every moment. Anywhere you can end it. So, Bhagavan Nama Japa is to remind you about this truth that Bhagavan alone exists. When you say Narayana, Narayana, it means what? Narayana is my Atma. Narayana is everything. Narayana is man, woman. Narayana is my life. Narayana is the events in life. Narayana is good. Narayana is bad. Narayana is Sarvaswarupa. Tvai, Mai, Sarvatra, Ego Vishnu. So when you have this jnanam while chanting Narayana, Narayana or Namah Shivaya, you know everything is Shiva, then Tattva Jnana is only that. Then you don't wait for your spiritual life tomorrow. Whatever karma is before you is puja for you. It's a challenge. That is why the worst karma example is given in Gita, Yuddha. Worst karma, ghora karma. It is not Krishna's recommendation that you should, before studying Gita, you should buy a bow and some arrows. And ma manusmara yuddhyacha. Anyway, Yuddham, we are doing something or the other. You need not buy a bow or arrow. Bow is this, Bhagavad Gita is your bow. And the Jnanam is the arrow. And you should hit yourself with that arrow. Dhanur grihitva aupanishadam mahastram. Sharam hi upasanishitam. Upasana. Upasana means what? Great concentration, great focus. This knowledge you take without any distraction, without any dissipation, you apply it in your life. You will fail. Bound to fail. You have to fail. Every moment you will fail. Doesn't matter. Wake up. See, children, when they run, they will fall. If nobody is there, they will just dust themselves and go. If father and mother is there, they will be loud voice cry. This is the problem of father and mother. So we have made Bhagavan also father and mother. Every moment call him. Bhagavan says, that is why Bhagavan is hiding. So that you will dust yourself and run again. So this is life, Valkai, Jivacharya, Jivayatra, Dehayatra. Gita, Bhagavan says, Deha Sharira Yatra. That is the term that Bhagavan uses. Sharira Yatra Pichate na prasiddhed akarmanaha. If you remain without acting, you cannot have this Sharira Yatra. So this Sharira Yatra is filled with actions. And actions are certainly binding. So I will remain without action. That will also bind. Because that is also action. One devotee asked Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, you say, Shumma, keep quiet. So, to remove vasanas, shall I give up all action and remain quiet? Like a stone. That is the example he gave. Like a stone, I will remain still so that vasanas will not affect me. Then Bhagavan Ramana said, remaining like a stone is a very powerful vasana. Because it needs tremendous effort. So that is, don't think that is not a vasana, that is also a powerful vasana. So you are not free either to act or to renounce. What you have to know is find out the actor. Who is the doer? The life is samsara. Another name for life, time. Time. And another name for time is yadricha. Means we do not know. All things happen yadricha niyama. We do not know. So whatever happens in life by yadricha niyama, santushta, train yourself to be happy. It is not that you need not work for the good. You do. But something happens, be happy. Sometimes sorrow also visits you, yadricha. Good things also come to your life unexpectedly. Last time when we were speaking about this verse, we saw all those things. Like in Ramayana, Pattabhisheka was planned. There was great celebration in Ayodhya. And then this yadricha niyama worked. The whole story had a turn. What happened? An old lady, without any reason, went up to the 24th floor. And from the terrace, she looked around. What is happening in Ayodhya? The only thing that she cannot bear is other people happy. All of them were celebrating, laughing, smiling, playing. What happened? Valmiki says, who is she? Who knows? He himself says about Manthara, even I do not know where she landed here. Nyatidasi yato jata kaikeya to sahoshita prasadam chandra sankasham aruroha yadrichaya. Nyatidasi, he came with Kaikeyi when Dasharatha was happy to get married to Kaikeyi. This Sri Dhanam was given. Along with that, she was also given. That is why we say don't accept anything free of cost, because some mantra will come with it. Who knows what will come? So along with this, she was also sent to Ayodhya, and she was living with Kaikeyi. And that tower, which was almost touching the sky, Chandra Sankasham, and she just went up to that tower. Yadrichaya, that one act, otherwise she would not have even known about Pattabhishekam. So the story turned. See, we know. But the beauty of Rama is he completely accepted that. He completely accepted. Today, Pattabhishekam, today itself night, order to go to forest. Not simply that, okay, you are not going to become king, but you will become some governor. No. Some minister. No. Not like that. Go to forest. The same story in a different tone in Mahabharata. They also had to go to forest, but so much negativity, evilness, and they also came back and started fighting. Nothing. The story changed there. There also it is Yadricha Niyama, but in a different way. So here, Yadricha works. This is how things happen in our life. And noble things also happen like that. Even in Bhagavatam, Parikshit was not aware that Shukabrahma Maharshi is going to come to teach him. He just went to the bank of Ganga and sat there with immense vairagya. The only thing that you need in spiritual life is adhikaritva. You should be deserving, mature. You need not bother about guru. You need not bother about getting spiritual books. You need not bother about getting guidance. A spiritual magic will happen provided you deserve it. Deserving means what? You have vairagya, you have viveka, you have vairagya, you have samadhi shatka sampatti, your mind is pure, you have bhakti, and there is tremendous, immense longing to attain the divine or to be free of dukkha. That is, there is jnana, inquisitiveness, spiritual inquisitiveness is there deeply. Then teacher will come. Spiritual books will come. Guidance will happen. You yourself will be lifted from one place to another place where you will receive these things. Just like Parikshit went to the Ganga Tira where Shukacharya arrived. What is that sloka? Tatra bhavad bhagavan vyasaputro yadrichaya gamatamano napeksha alakshalingo nijalabhatushtaha vritasya balaihi avadhuta veshaha. Tatra abhavat, it happened like that. Not that Parikshit went there, Shukacharya came there, no. It was a happening. It is a happening. Tatra abhavat. What happened? Bhagavan Vyasaputraha yadrichaya gamatamana. He was just without any cause, without any reason, he was wandering and he arrived there. Sometimes you will get spiritual knowledge like this. Very recently, about 6 or 7 months back, one gentleman came to Tiruvannamalai with one Swami who is very close to us. And he was talking and he said, Swami, you do not know me, but I know you. About 25 years back, once I had some problem in my life. I was going from one place to another place in bus in Kerala, in Palakkad. In bus I was going. From your place, you also came into that bus and sat near me. And then we had a conversation for about 20 minutes. I also got down in the next place. You also got down somewhere. That solved my problem. And he also told what happened, what conversation happened. I don't remember. So when he told this, neither do I know that it is happening, nor he expected it. This is the Yadricha Niyama. And after 25 years or so, he is telling this. Means the impact is so deep. And the problem deserved a solution, or the person deserved a solution. So it happened. So this is Yadricha Niyama. So when you say Yadricha Labha Santushta doesn't mean if food comes, no food, I will remain hungry. It is not possible. Dvandvaditaha, Sukha, Dukkha, beyond that, it cannot touch you. Means what? Means what? One question is here. I will take the question now itself. A beautiful question about this Yadricha Labha Santushta. One devotee is asking, how is it possible, Swami, for a person who has to earn for his family be an Yadricha Labha Santushta? The questioner has the idea that Yadricha Labha Santushta means if salary comes, okay. No salary, then also I will go to office. No, it is not that. So you have to first understand what this Yadricha means. There is one more thing which he has said. These verses are commented by Shankaracharya as the signs of a sannyasi. Like they will go for bhiksha, whether they get bhiksha or not, they will remain stable. So that is for a Paramahamsa sannyasi, it is okay. And he himself says, how can a family man be like a monk? And Arjuna is not a monk. So Krishna is giving this teaching to Arjuna, who is a fighter. Yes. So we are also like that. That is why Vyasa has taken Arjuna as the example. So much problems, so many problems. Amidst that, you know this Yadricha Niyama. So whatever happens, Yadricha means also life. Whatever it brings to you, train yourself to have Samasthiti. Santushtaha means Samasthiti, one who is established in Sama. Same tushtaha. Sama atmani tushtaha. Triptaha. So that is very, very important, because santosha doesn't mean delight. Some sorrow happens, you cannot be delightful. Some happiness comes naturally, joy will come. But whatever may come and go, you, by the power of knowledge, you know that this life is controlled by an unknowable force. It is unknowable. Nobody, no astrologer can perfectly predict. Nobody can do that. Just, it is quite possible that things will be like this, that's all. So this is yadricha. So yadricha labha means whatever is your life, you cannot be santushta, but train yourself to be santushta. We are all human beings, very weak. Things will affect us. Every storm will shake you. But train yourself, because there is no other way. Find stability, root. And where is the root? Root is within you, in the Atma, in the changeless principle. By Jnanam, find root there, and Dvandva Atitaha. Dvandva means what? Things that are happening in your life. Just like heat and cold, rainy season, summer season, like that, sorrow, things will, sometimes events will bring in sorrow, sometimes events will bring in ecstasy, delight, happiness, whatever may happen, train yourself to find the same substratum. Whenever that event is over, come back to the stage. Don't go to ecstasy and come down to depression. This is sadhana. This is sadhana. Sadhana is not doing some bhakti and only tears. No. Gita, Bhagavan never spoke about that kind of bhakti. All these weakening things Krishna did not speak. Anything that makes you weak, already weak. Already we are weak, and more you become weak. Life will, like a electric train, will run over you. It will not look, oh, pav, vittu poro. Sadhu. I should not disturb him, let it remain there. No. You are a good bhakta, you are sitting in the railway track, train will run over you. If you want, this is what adhyasa also is. Either you involve, enter into the train, or don't hold to the train. If you hold to the train, you have to enter the train. Otherwise, you have to leave the train. There are only two paths. So when you are in the life, you have to work. You should be in the field of action, but you should know that there is a principle in life which is unpredictable. No, nobody can predict. Don't expect ready-made knowledge about future. What it will bring in. Those who have intelligently, wisely lived at least 40, 50 years, they will know that all their plans didn't work. The only thing that was changeless is this, that whatever we planned didn't work. And we never expected many things in life, they happened. That is why Rama tells Bharata is weeping, my brother, you left us, and this kingdom also is, this empire also you are renouncing. Then Rama said, how many empires have been lost? Many things were built upon, they were all destroyed, all this Roman Empire, everything was gone. You can go and see this Hampi. I have not seen, but I have heard people say that big empire, all ruins. Rama says to Bharata, this is life. Sarve kshayanta nichayaha. Patananta samuchrayaha. A great building you build. One thing we can predict, one day it will fall. One who is born, one thing you can predict, you will die. Padananda samuchra sanyoga viprayogantaha. Whomever you become, you come in contact with, one day you have to get separated. So this is Yadricha Niyama. So, Yadricha you cannot be happy, but you should be happy by Labha Santushtaha. Yadricha is life, Labha Santushta is Atmalabhena Santushtaha. The only way you can be happy is by getting the knowledge of the self. Not by life. Life will be like this. People have come to change the world. They died, the world remained the same. Many incarnations, many revolutions have happened. They all came and went away. Very wise people, they also died. Very beautiful people, they also died. Great achievers, they all died. Violent people, they all died. And we are all here. Bhattir nashtaha, bharavisopi nashtaha. There is a poetry. When Bhatti died, when Bharavi died, Bhatti was a poet, Bharavi was a poet. Bhikshur nashtaha, unknown beggar was there, he also died. Bhimasenopi nashtaha, a person like Bhimasena who ate so much, he also died. And the person is saying, because the king told, you will be hanged. One person, his name was Bukunda. So he said, Bukundoham. I am Bukunda, but what? I am also going to die. You are going to hang me. Bhupati Stvamcha Rajan. Oh Raja, you are Bhupati, you will also die. Because ba, bi, boo, boo. So alphabetic order, Yama is catching hold of people. So everyone will die. Why worry about it? So when you have true knowledge, see what we are lacking is right understanding about life. Very late we will understand that. The true awakening to knowledge, know what is life. It is filled with dvandva, filled with yadricha niyama. Dvandva means sukha and dukkha. Ishta, anishta. We go to every temple to get ishta. There will be a big list. In our place there was a temple where they will say, a yantra is there. Dhana Akarshana Bhairava Yantra. For whom? For that person. It is true, the yantra is very true. All money is attracted to that person. People think we will go there and get money. We will, many temples, all temples for what? Ishta. There is what they call Visa Venkadajalapati. You know that? You go to that Venkadajalapati Visa way. But Trump also has to decide, not simply Venkadajalapati. So, this is desire. Our gods are not for pouring ghee into the fire of desires. But we are using it like that. So Dvandvatita means when Sukha comes, find Samasthiti. When Dukkha comes, find Samasthiti. Vimatsara, I don't want to compete with anyone. There is one more thing here the devotee has written, that Vimatsara is a good ideal, but our children are all taught Matsara everywhere. That is true. What to do? Which animals you see, which children, mother or father will, we think they are playing, but they are training them to fight. So this we also do. I, mine. Some child is having some pen, you go and snatch it. And that child, then you give it back. This is training of I, mine. And if the child gets it back, you say, very intelligent. That means was Poichpa. He will live in this world. He will win in this world. So, Dvandvatito Vimatsaraha. Bhagavata says, for whom is Bhagavata Shastra? Nirmatsaranam satam vedyam. Those who do not have any matsarya buddhi. No jealousy, no envy, no competition, nothing. I should be, I push them. Even in Guruvayur temple, you see, sometimes you will get fracture. Mushtika surachanura malla yuddha visharada. That is what you should have that, So in that queue, the Matsara. Nirmatsaranam in Bhagavata Saptaha also sometimes, they will first day come and sit in the first line. Put a kerchief there. Anyone touches that kerchief, there will be Mahabharata war. For such people, no Bhagavatam. Nirmatsaranam satam vedyam. No competition, no ownership, no mindness. A bhakta is for all. He is ready to give up anything. He is ready to sit in the last bench. No jealousy, no competition, no anger, no aversion. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. See, I was wondering, all of our scriptures are so much connected. Not only our scriptures, when Buddha Bhikshu came to Tiruvannamalai, very, very great great person. He knew Vedanta also very well. And I was asking about their spiritual practice. One of their practices is just chanting certain sutras and ever meditating on, they will call it sutra. Many are Majjhima Nikaya Sutra, many things. So one of the sutra is this Bhagavad Gita, the same idea, because this idea is there in Yoga Sutra also. Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, etc. Like that, no aversion, there is friendship, there is Karunya. This is not our subject now, but these are all Bhakta Lakshana. So meditation, you have to take one verse from Bhagavad Gita, and when you are doing Nama Japa or Mantra Japa, just roll that mantra inside you, shloka inside you, analyze it, write it down, contemplate on it, and take your life on one side, the shloka on the other side. As this devotee has asked, how is it practical for me? You ask yourself and find the answer. Why do you expect me to answer? Krishna has given you this idea. He will not tell an impractical thing. So it is there. Now, how to put it into practice is your prarabdha. You have to find a way out. Yadarchala basantushtaha. How will I do it? I am a householder, family man. How will I do it? I am a brahmachari. How will I do it? I am a sannyasi. How will I do it? Dvandvadito. How will I do it? Sukha dukkha samatva. How will it happen to me? Dvandva will come, but samasthiti is atita. Don't be affected by dvandva. Dvandvatito vimatsaraha, no dvesha, no competition, no aversion, nothing. Samaha siddhau asiddhau. The word sama is important. That is our practice. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Gita begins with Vishama and ends with Sama. Yoga in Gita is Sama. And Sama is Atma. Vishama is Samsara. When the mind is in Vishama sthiti, Samsara is active. When the mind comes to Samasthiti, Atma-jnana is powerful. Even in Ayurveda, they will say, Dhatu Vaishamyam. When there is Roga, what is that Roga? It is Dhatu Vaishamyam. These Dhatus in body are all disturbed. Kapha, Vata, Pitta, and all the Sapta Dhatus. Everything is disturbed. Then Roga comes. When everything is in Sama, then no disease. And another idea also they will say Satmyam. For a snake, poison is a part of its body. It will not get affected. So too, anything that happens in your life, it will not be practical for another person, but for you, even if it is poisonous, you should make it Satmyam. How? I don't know. That is your prarabdha. You have to find. Everyone has some Vishama in their life. Some Vishama element will be there. And how we will swallow it, digest it and make it part of our body. Upanishad says when a lady becomes pregnant, the child is there in the womb, nahenam hinasti. That child will not hurt the mother because atma bhuyam gacchati. It becomes her atma. She will not feel, oh, I am carrying something very heavy, another matter. It is me. So there is satmyam. Like that, something happens. Of course, the difficulty will be there, but there is joy. That is the example given. Like that, in your life, something is there, some load is there, some heaviness is there, something is happening. Make it satmyam. Let it be a part of you by knowledge, no other way. By knowledge. By knowledge you know, and then siddhav asiddhav cha. Whether you find fulfillment or not, whether you find success or not, whatever may be there in your life, samaha. Because your success is not this outer success, your success is sama. See, the great grandeur will be there in such a person. A person who blossoms with this samasthiti. It is what we call as samadhi. Samahita. Sthita prajnatva. So, when the person has found the true home, true abode in the heart, where he finds Vishranti. And from there he is acting in the world. Then nanibadhyate. Kritvapi nanibadhyate. He will be doing whatever comes to before him. Whatever he has to do, he will do. But will not get bound. Kritvapi nanibadhyate. Whatever may be his course of action, he will not get bound by that. He will be absolutely free. Such a person is a mukta. He is a jivan mukta. So kritvapina nibadhyate is the thing that we have to find in life. We have to do. But when we do action, we get bound. Why? Because of doership. As Ashtavakra Samhita, there is a beautiful shloka. This doership is burning day and night. Not action. Kartavya dukkha martanda jwala. This blazing fire of kartavya dukkha. That midday sun, like that it is burning, like Tiruvannamalai summer. It is burning. Kartavya dukkha martanda jwala. Dagda antaratmanaha. Whole mind is being burnt by I am the doer, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. And how will he find rest? How will he find coolness? Shitalata. Antashhitalata yasyat tat ananta tapaf phalam. Yoga Vasishta says that inner coolness is the fruit of great austerity. Immense austerity, all your spiritual practice, sadhana, everything becomes fruitful, when the heart blossoms with great shitalata. As Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also said, Chittam kulira. Gatir hastam vait amudavayaitira arunmati arunachala. Arunachala, give me that chittam kulira. The mind settles down to great coolness. Himakara Shitala, somewhere in Yoga Vasishta comes. The buddhi is like snow, like moon, Purna Chandra. So, gatasangasya muktasya jnanavastita chetasaha. The person is jnanavastita chetaha. The mind needs a place to sit, rest. Where will it find rest? In jnanam, in atma. Jnanam means what? Atma. In swarupa, it finds rest. Avasthiti. Swarupa avasthanam. Drashtuhu tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. So, jnana avasthita chetasaha. And for that, a prerequisite is gatasanga. Sarvato nivirta asaktaha. This is what Bhashyakara says. Sarvataha nivirta asaktaha. See, this attachment to many things will not give you inner rest, will not inwardly make you free. You will be constantly udvigna hridaya, agitated, anxious. Will not rest. So, sarvataha, from every corner, everywhere, the person is nivritta asakta. Asakti is gone. Muktasya is free, absolutely free. Nivirta dharma dharmadi bandhanasya, nothing can bind him. This is a higher ideal where Shankaracharya says, neither can dharma bind him nor can adharma bind him. Why? Because jnanavasthita chetasaha, jnane eva avasthitam chetaha yasya, tasya. His cheta, only this much bhashyam is there. Jnane eva avasthitam chetaha. The mind is rooted, abiding in Atma Jnanam. Jnana labha has occurred. So his attention, recognition, shraddha is locked in his own real nature, in his own swarupa, which is absolutely free, shanta, ananda swarupa, sachidananda swarupa. Gatasangasya, muktasya, no attachment. In the sense, attachment will not create trouble to him. Sangha is gone. Gatasangasya muktasya. See, this is the only medicine prescribed by Bhagavad Gita for becoming free from trouble of samsara. In the 15th chapter, after describing the samsara vriksha, how to be free, Bhagavan said, asanga shastrena dridena chitva. The only sword with which you have to cut this samsara vriksha is asanga. Even Buddha, after so much austerity, he found only this. He said, asanga. Nisangata, nisangatva. We come to satsanga, what will we get? If you truly come here, you will get nisangatva. You will go back to the world but detached. You will live in the world because everyone has to live in the world detached. Nisanga. Satsangatve nisangatvam. And slowly nirmohatvam. Nirmohatvam means true knowledge arises, so you do not have any delusion about life. Inwardly you are deluded, outwardly illusion will be there. Inwardly there is delusion, outwardly illusion. Brahma. So inwardly the moha is removed. Delusion is removed. Then what happens? True knowledge, then you know what is life. Then the mind becomes no mind. Because mind means what? Bheda buddhi. Mind means what? Attachment, aversion. No attachment, no aversion. Then mind, how will it work? Then people will wonder, how will we live in this world? It means you will be absolutely creative. Such people are called rishis. Original. Then only you will know a true intelligent person is not working with the mind. When you work with the mind, you are carrying a AI, a very old model AI. Very old model. Like our old radio. You put on Bangalore station, behind BBC will come. Sometimes next house mixie will come. Now, of course, that radio is not there. So when the person becomes nisarga, nisarga means what? Spontaneous. That is spirituality. If not always, at least we have the experience of that spontaneousness. At least for rare moments, you recognize that some center is there within which is omniscient, all-knowing, Yas sarvajnaha, yas sarvavit, yasyaisha mahima bhuvi, divye brahmapure hyesha, vyomini atma pratishtitaha, manomayaha, prana sharira neta. That sarvajna element is being covered by mind, covered by prana, covered by this flesh, matter. But even behind that, its omniscience remains unaffected, incorruptible. When you become receptive to that center, that nisargata comes into your life. That is actually what we call shruti. That is absolutely authentic. Sages, when they have that feeling, they will never change when such a thing comes in from within. They will never change. Whatever may you argue, they may simply say, okay, you do whatever. That is what Ramana Bhagavan used to say. Sometimes he will say something to the ashram people. They will find that what he is saying is illogical. They will argue. Then he will say, okay, whatever you feel like, do it. But that doesn't mean he has changed it. That doesn't mean he has accepted it. What comes from the heart center, see, you can of course mistake. Sometimes you will mistake the mental thought also as coming from there, intellectual idea also coming from there. But a true yogi who becomes familiar with that intuitive sense will never make the mistake. He will know. That is why worldly things, other things, he will say, I do not know. So whatever you want to do. But when it comes from that center, he will not change it. Because it is not my idea, it is not mine, it is the center of omniscience. Etra, what Patanjali says, Niratishayam Sarvajnatva Bijam. As Yoga Sutra says, unsurpassable omniscience, seed of omniscience is there. It is potentially there. So true Mahatmas, yogis, those who are austere, those who are meditative, they can recognize it. But they know that human fallibility will be there. Because the mind and intellect will crisscross very often. But when it clearly comes, it comes dire. It is like Akasha Ganga. Untouched by the earth. Untouched by human brain. Then it is infallible. So when you more and more that center becomes clear, Bhagavan Ramana has said, then for the jnani, this brain is like moon seen in the daytime. Sometimes you will see the moon in the daytime also, but no use. Because something more splendorous is there. Splendorous is there. Sun is there. So even though the moon is visible, it is not useful. Like that, the brain is also there. The buddhi is there. Ordinary understanding also is there. For coming to Bangalore, you don't need intuition. You have tuition. People say, go like this, go like this. So you come here. But certainly, for spiritual understanding, you need your inner attention has to touch, inner focus has to touch this infallible center within you. So once you have touched that, when the mind is absolutely abiding there, jnana avasthita chetaha, he is absolutely free. And in such a state, he is also working in the world. Whatever work he has to do, he is doing. For what? Why should he work? He is a Jivan Mukta. Why should he work? When Kabir, in his last days, old, body was very old, still he was doing this weaver job. He used to weave clothes. There are many songs about that also. So many rich people used to come to him. They said, why should you work? They thought he is working to earn. He is a family man, so he is working to earn. So they said, we are here to take care of all these things. Why should you work? Then he said, do you think I am working? This is my spiritual practice. This is my joy. This is me. This is my yajna. And every cloth that I weave is a spiritual teaching. Mahavakya like that. It is Ramanama. Every thread is made of Rama. So those who buy that cloth, they are not buying a cloth. They are taking Rama to their home. This is how I can reach everyone. Everyone will not get teaching. So, cloth also is enough from a jnani. Food is also enough from a jnani. Something where he has infested, he has invoked his spiritual power into it, that when it comes to that person is also good. So it is a great yajna. Yad vyahitastapati tadhaishasya paramam tapaha. The Vrihadaranyaka Upanishad says, when the jnani is sick, he is not keeping well, he is in his last days, that is great yajna. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's sarcoma, Ramakrishna's cancer, all that time so many devotees came to them and they all got that spiritual touch, awakening. Many got it at that time. One of the devotees of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, Balram Reddy, he said, Bhagavan many times told, I am not the body. In fact, he declared there is no body. That is Advaita Jnana. Not I am not the body, no body. At that time I thought that I have understood it. But when that body was suffering in the terrible terminal illness, then only I understood what that means. Then only I understood what it meant to be bodiless. Ashariratvam. The awakened being is bodiless. Others are superimposing body on him, and that is their prarabdha, aparecha prarabdha. And they are dehe avasthita chetasaha. Dehavasthita chetasaha. And jnani is jnanavasthita cheta. So when his attention is on jnana, when he is lodged in jnana, there is nothing which can create problem, because problem does not exist. Duality does not exist. The other does not exist. But we are seeing it. That is your prarabdha. What can I do? It is your optical illusion. My problem is cured. Cataract is removed. Jnananjana salakaya chakshur unmilitam yena. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. You still have the cataract problem. Antaraya Timira is there. So you have to remove that Antaraya, Timirantaraya. And the Timira means cataract. Antaraya Timiropashantaye. Shanta Pavanam Achintya Vaibhavam. So Antaraya Timira. The Antaraya means obstacle. Timira means darkness. So when that darkness is removed, the person is free. And yajna. Your cooking in kitchen is yajna. Your work in office is yajna. You have to serve others, it is yajna. Someone you have to look after, yajna. A mother looks after the child, it is yajna. A daughter or son looks after their parents, it is yajna. If you know that it is puja, then that becomes your spiritual practice. You will not expect for some other spiritual practice after this. You need sufficient knowledge, that's all. So, yajnaya acharata karma. Karma anyway you have to do, but now you have transformed that karma as yajna. That is the next verse, that is what Gita is going to say. You have transformed the action as yajna. Yajna means what here? Samadhi. Yajna means Bhagavan. Bhagavan means what? Samadhi. Samadhi means what? No conflict. Samasthiti. Nothing. You don't expect anything in the life. Whatever is now in my hand, that is my shalagrama. And whatever I am doing with it, it is my puja. It might be dharma or adharma, good or bad, sukha or dukkha. I do it as Bhagavad Aradhana. Such a person is gata-sanga. He is absolutely free, mukta, because bondage comes from expectation, bondage comes from desire, bondage comes from ambition. When Swami was there with us, he one day wrote a board. No expectation, no desire, no ambition, useless to the world, surplus to the requirement. No one need to come here. This is the message. Yajnaya acharata karma. See, kritvapina nibadhyate. Last shloka. That is the sutra. We are all doing actions. But how will, the question is, how will I be free even though I am acting? Is it not our problem? Everything, whatever we have to do certain things in certain way. Every action is unclear. Dhumena avriyate. Krishna himself says, there is smoke around every action in our life. And you have to foo-foo it. Blow it away. Nobody can do it for you. Because it is your action. Your guru will not know it. How to do. So that action is filled with smoke. How will you remove that smoke is a challenge with you. Remove that smoke and look at the action. When you say it is karma, you are seeing the snake in the rope. You pour light on it, then you will see there is no karma there. There is yajna. It is Bhagavan. Karta, karma, prerita, all are Bhagavan. Purusha eva idam sarvam. Purusha evedam vishwam. Karma, tapaha, brahma, paramritam. Etad yaha veda nihitam guhayam. Saha avidya granthim vikiritiha somya. Purusha evedam vishwam. Karma, tapaha, brahma, paramritam. Mundagopanishad says, everything is Bhagavan. This action is Bhagavan, this tapas is Bhagavan. He is inside me, he is outside me. Nobody is another. Actually, this knowledge, this yajna is sannyasa. Sannyasa is not give up this, give up that, don't look at their low. It is not true sannyasa. For a vividisha sannyasa, we can have it. But true sannyasa is looking at the entire world as Bhagavan. So nothing is there to renounce for a true sannyasi because he is seeing everything as Bhagavan. Actually, things will get renounced. His action is Brahma Karma Samadhi. Wife is given up as wife, but seen as Divine Mother. Children are given up as children, but seen as Bhagavan Krishna. Father is given up as father, but seen as Ishvara. Mother is given up as mother, but seen as Divine Mother. Tyagaha prapancha rupasya. This prapancha is renounced. The form of prapancha is renounced. How? Brahmatmatva avalokanat, by seeing it as Brahma. Not by renouncing. Where will you renounce the world? Take the world and put it in the Arabic Ocean. Is it possible? World is not outside. Ishavasyamidam sarvam. Tyaktena bunjitaha. Renounce and enjoy. See, yesterday we were discussing, Sridhar and few of us, that in Ishavasya Upanishad Bhashyam, Shankaracharya says, Ishavasyamidam sarvam, fill the whole world with God. This is Jnana Upadesha. And Kurvan Neveha Karmani. Second mantra is, do action, decide to do action all your life, enjoy, Jiji Vishet, life doing action, na karma lipyate, don't get bound, attached to action. You will not get attached to action. So this, in Ishavasya Bhashyam, Shankaracharya says, the second mantra is for samsari, karmi. But Shvetashvatara Upanishad Bhashyam, there is very beautiful. First, that Acharya takes this stand. That is, Ishavasya means fill the whole world with God. And second, Kurvaneva Karmani, Avidvad Adhikarito. And then later on he says, very beautifully he says, Tena Tyaktena Bunjitaha, the Upanishad says, and Veda is even afraid to order a jnani, you renounce. Chakitaha Vedaha. Tyaga Anugnya, Tyaga Agnyam api, you have to renounce. Even to tell a knower, you renounce, Veda is afraid. So it says, whatever action you have to do in life, na lipyate, na karma lipyate. Karma will not bind you. Because the freedom is the knowledge of the self. The knowledge of the self is so powerful that the person will not get bound. It is certain, 100% certain, if it is again binding you, it is not knowledge of the self. Nasatatvavit, as Viveka Chudamani says, asti ched nasatatvavit. He is again bound, he is not a tattvavit. If he is a real tattvavit, he is not bound. Na lipyate nare, na karmana badhyate jantuhu, vidyayacha vimuchyate. When true knowledge comes, the person becomes free. Yajnaya, then he does action, karma. Yajnaya acharataha karma. His action is for yajna. You can say for the well-being of the world, or his very action is worship. He is having dynamic samadhi. That is next verse, very well-known verse, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi. These two verses we have to chant. Gatasangasya muktasya,
Gatasangasya muktasya,
Jnanavasthita chetasaha,
Jnanavasthita chetasaha,
Yajnayacharata karma,
Yajnayacharata karma,
Samagram praviliyate.
Samagram praviliyate.
All that action ends then and there. Because generally action will not end. Vinayin vilaivu vilivutru vittai vinai kadal virtidum unthi para. Upadesha Sara of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. I am deliberately chanting Tamil because Sanskrit is different, a little bit different. Kriti mahodadhau patana karanam phalam ashashvatam gati nirodhakam. This is Sanskrit. But Tamil is very clear. Vinayin vilaivu, the fruit of action, vilivutru vittai. It creates vasana, the seed of ignorance remains inside and it sows seed for another action. Vinay kadal vettidum, you will fall into the samsara samudra. Veedu tharalillai, no action will make you free. Freedom comes through knowledge, through true knowledge. Then you act. Whether you have to fight or whether you have to worship, you will not be bound. Whatever may be your prarabdha, you will not be bound. But without this knowledge, even if you are pujari, you will be bound. In Kerala, there were many communist people. For their survival, they were doing temple puja. Last generation. Many of them, they were against God. But they get money from temple, food from temple, so they stay there. It's hypocrisy, abject hypocrisy. So even if you do it, puja in a temple, it will not make you free. There are many pujaris who are doing puja even without feeling that there is somebody there. So, puja by itself is not sacred. Unless you have that knowledge that it is God you are worshipping, at least that Dvaita Bhakti is not there. It will not have any effect. Karma by itself is jadam. Karma kim param, karma tajjadam. Karma is not spiritual, it is inert, materialistic. You can make a robot to do puja, but it will not be puja. But it will do very well. Even will not ask dakshina. Great karma yogi. So even this karma yogi lakshana is there in a robot. A grinder, so much doshas it has given us. Not even a single dosha it has cited. It's a great karma yogi, but it's jadam. Inert. So action by itself is not spiritual, whatever may be the action. The intention behind it, what the Mimamsakas call as bhavana, is very important. So without that bhavana, the action is not powerful. Action. So when the person with knowledge is acting, action ends there, then and there. It becomes complete. And that action is not action, it is also a manifestation, abhivyakti of Purnatva. That is what next verse says, that also we will read and stop. Brahmarpanam brahmahavihi.
Brahmarpanam brahmahavihi.
Brahmagno brahmanahutam.
Brahmagno brahmanahutam.
Brahmaiva tena gantavyam.
Brahmaiva tena gantavyam.
Brahma karma samadhina.
Brahma karma samadhina.
This very important verse we will see tomorrow evening. By the time this devotee's question helped so many people, like that yesterday also somebody said, I have something to ask. Please don't ask question like this coming here. I will not be able to answer. So many people are there. So if you have some question, but the question should be very, very clearly about spirituality, about spiritual practice, about Bhagavad Gita. Don't ask me whether we should put coconut oil or sesame oil in lamp. That is not expected here. So you want to ask something about Bhagavad Gita or Vedanta or spiritual practice or spiritual life in general about what we are speaking here. That will help many. So you can write it and put the question. We can keep a box or something here, there. If the question is answerable, we will take it. So that we have already kept it, right? Okay. So yesterday somebody said they have you can put it there. So we will see. So after the talks or inside the talk also, as we took it today, we can merge it here. Or we can take it separately after the talk. So this will be useful for many. Now in Tiruvannamalai, the questions that are asked are all there in the site. So that many are being benefited, because that all those questions were asked by very, very serious sadhakas. So that is why it is becoming useful. Anyway, if the question is not like that, we can just personal answers we can give personally later on. But otherwise you can put it here. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम जयाद्य वैद्य गीते विषाद रोग भाजे प्रदत्त सर्वतापहारि दिव्य भेषजे जयाद्य वैद्य गीते विषाद रोग भाजे प्रदत्त सर्वतापहारि दिव्य भेषजे वेद केदार जैसी भेद खेदादि रोग नाशनेत्यंत शक्त मुक्ति भेषजा वेद केदार जैसी भेद खेदादि रोग नाशनेत्यंत शक्त मुक्ति भेषजा जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम त्वमेव माधवोक्त समस्त भेद हंत्री सांख्य कर्म भक्ति योग मुक्ति वारिधे सततमात्म संस्थं कलय मानसं त्वं विहाय सर्वचिन्तामिति प्रगायसि जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम स्वल्पमप्यधीता निखिल मोहजेत्री सकल दुःख जालतूल सबलवातुला त्वदीय दिव्यवाणी सतत परिनिषेवां देवी दीयतां नो ब्रह्मवादिनी जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरि गीते जननी वंदनम अशेष वेदसारं सखा परात्मतत्त्वं समर विमुख चित्तं सखायमब्रवीत् त्वमेव साति गुह्या निरस्तमोहशोका पुनश्च बादरायणेन गीतवैभवा जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरिगीते जननि वन्दनम् प्रपद्यमामनन्यं विमुञ्च सर्वधर्मान् अशेषपापमुक्ततां त्वमाशु गच्छसि अवाप्नुयां शान्तिं स्थितिं च शाश्वतीं त्वाम् इति प्रगर्जयन्तीं भजामि मातरम् जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरिगीते जननि वन्दनम् जय भगवद्गीते कृष्ण हृदय जाते जय जय हरिगीते जननि वन्दनम् जय जय हरिगीते जननि वन्दनम्